I looked in the stall, and there she was. She was braced against the stall in shock, and there was the baby on the floor. And the baby was very still. The umbilical cord was still attached. Mona was in dire straits. She needed help.
In the last 7 months, 28-year-old Danil has tested negative on 2 pregnancy tests and thought she was getting her period every month. She has experienced no unusual symptoms except for a slight 10-pound weight gain.
I had no cravings. I never felt nauseous.
Now Danil is in labor in the bathroom of a fast food restaurant where she works, and she didn't even know she was pregnant. Danil's 16-year-old co-worker, Janae, has called 911.
We're like really scared, and I'm freaking out.
Hurry! Okay, come in already. Okay, I got you.
I was so shaky and so weak, I wasn't able to move.
Amazingly, without any medication, Danil vaginally delivers a silent 6-pound, 5-ounce baby boy.
I didn't want to move and then him fall because his head might have hit the floor.
The baby came out, it flew into the toilet. She wasn't too close to the toilet. We didn't hear anything, just a big plop.
Is the baby in the toilet right now? Yes, the baby's in the toilet. Okay, tell her to pull the baby out of the toilet immediately.
Let's get the baby out.
We were all freaking out at that point, and one of the ladies that I work with had went and grabbed the baby out of the toilet. As we picked the baby up, it was just like wheezing.
What I want you to do, Janae, is gently wipe off the baby's mouth and nose.
His face and his mouth. Where are you going?
I didn't really say nothing. I was just too much in shock. I was really confused and embarrassed.
Then wrap the baby in a clean, dry towel and cover the baby's head.
Cover him up. He needs to be warm. Warm him up. Come use my shirt. Here, just cover him up with this. Or give it to me. Hurry.
Luckily, 2 weeks after the dramatic birth, both Danil and her son Austin are healthy enough to go home.
Is this yours?
Yeah.
Do you want to hold him?
Yeah. Congratulations. Thank you.
So how could Danil not know she was pregnant?
How did she not know she's pregnant? I don't know. I'd be confused. It's pretty much how everybody is.
Reactions from the other family members were total shock. How could that be?
Some people ask me, how did you not know? Looking back, I probably stopped taking my birth control pills.
Women oftentimes will forget to take a pill during their month, and that's going to put you at an increased risk to get pregnant.
How is it that Danil tested negative on 2 pregnancy tests a few months before she gave birth?
You're welcome.
The pregnancy test doesn't turn positive until the woman is 4 weeks pregnant, dated by her last menstrual period.
In Danil's case, she may have taken the pregnancy tests too early. Danil also believes that she had her monthly period throughout her pregnancy.
I think the reason why I was still having my periods is due to stress.
If a woman doesn't realize that she's pregnant, she may believe she's having her periods, when in fact she's having bleeding that has something to do with the pregnancy.
Unlike her previous 3 pregnancies, this time Danil only gained 10 pounds.
My oldest, I gained probably 40. My middle, 50. My daughter, I only gained 20.
During her previous pregnancies, she put on weight. She would complain of back pains. Her feet would swell. You could just tell. And on Austin, she just didn't have any of these symptoms.
Every pregnancy is different. Not all women recognize the symptoms.
Today, baby Austin is healthy and thriving in spite of his harrowing arrival.
This experience has changed my life. I was just really proud that the baby didn't die. I felt proud of what I did.
I'm just glad he's here and he's safe. When people talk about him, it's like, oh, he's my surprise visit, but he's here and I love him.
But Austin is not the youngest in Danil's family. Danil is pregnant with her 5th child.
With this pregnancy, it feels like a real pregnancy. I'm gaining my stomach, I've gained my weight. It's kind of nervous since Austin is still a baby, but I think I will do okay.
What Mona thought would be an exhilarating day has twisted into an endless ride of torturous cramps and nausea.
I was feeling sick, and it just seemed like everything was getting worse.
He has really bad cramps.
I I told my mom, maybe we should go home. I just need to go to the bathroom before we go. When I walked into the bathroom, I didn't see anybody in there, but I guess there was another side to that bathroom because that's where the bathroom attendant was.
I had just cleaned the floor. I didn't see Mona when she came in the restroom because there's a wall that separates the two parts of the bathroom.
Honey, are you all right in there?
Oh, I don't think so, Mom.
I kept going by and I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, I'm getting these real sharp pains and they're really hurting.
Honey, what's going on?
She goes, the pain is so hard, I'm not gonna be able to get up. I walked out and I seen my husband. I said, Mona, she's cramping real bad and she can't get up. Can you go see if you can find us a wheelchair?
I was very concerned. I said, wow, it hurts that much that she can't walk?
My mom just thought that I was starting my period. She just thought maybe it was a little bit worse than before. Meanwhile, I was talking to her boyfriend and I'm like, has she mentioned to you that she's not feeling well? He said, no, she's been fine.
You just get a wheelchair or something, that'd be great.
I have one right here.
Thank you.
I just thought I was having a bowel movement, but the pain really started to get bad. I didn't have a thought of what was coming out of me. On a scale from 1 to 10, the pain was a 10. I stood up because then I felt like I had to throw up.
When Mona stands up, a violent cramp racks her. Just as suddenly, her body relaxes.
In that short amount of time, standing up, there was no more pain. The cramping was gone, the pain in my back was gone, everything was gone.
Mona looks down and is horrified by what she discovers.
Oh my God.
I just had a baby. I couldn't believe it. How could I have a baby in a bathroom?
Help!
He was laying right there on the floor. I don't know if his head hit first or his little body fell first. He could not be alive. I was scared.
Somebody please! Somebody help me!
When I heard the screams and I heard, oh my God, I knew something was definitely wrong.
Stay calm, stay calm. I'm going to get you help.
I looked in the stall and there she was. She was braced against the stall in shock. And there was the baby on the floor. And the baby was very still. The umbilical cord was still attached. Mona was in dire straits. She needed help. So I ran and got help.
Paramedics have arrived, but the baby is still unresponsive.
He's not moving, he's not crying.
Just need to get you to cry.
And then all of a sudden he cries. I heard this paramedic say, that's all we wanted to hear from you. It's for you to cry. I was happy that he was crying and moving.
Her facial expression was like scared, afraid, shocked, all combined in one.
They put Mona in the gurney and they had the baby. I don't remember what happened.
Oh my God.
But her story has a happy ending, thanks in part to good timing.
It could have been worse. She could have gone on labor on one of the roller coaster rides.
The bathroom attendant came to the hospital to check on Mona and the baby. That was really amazing. She was the greatest. She tried to do whatever she could to help out.
It's a good thing the baby came into the world on a clean floor.
Okay?
3 years later, Christopher is a typical toddler.
My grandson runs around, breaks everything. He's good looking. I think he takes after his grandfather.
A birthday weekend on the water takes a sudden turn when Christine is struck by excruciating pain. Her boyfriend Matt makes a frantic call to 911. When the paramedics arrive, everyone gets the shock of their lives.
I heard, wah!
My first reaction was, what the is that?
What just happened? What's going on?
I had no idea what it could have been, but I just know that I felt so much better.
I was just shocked. I thought she was dying. Now I have a kid.
What happened?
I had to tell her that she just delivered a baby.
I argued with them. I said, I didn't have a baby. What are you talking about? I wasn't pregnant. It's not mine.
She honestly looked at me like I was completely insane. Like I had two heads. She couldn't believe that that just came out of her. Then reality hit us.
Do you have a blanket?
We weren't prepared very well to deliver a baby. We didn't bring an OBGYN kit with us. I was wearing a sweater just like this, and I wrapped the baby in it, covering its head and its body.
The baby girl is alive, but she's in grave danger.
It's a very serious circumstance to deliver a baby outside of a hospital on a boat out in the cold. The number one thing that you have to worry about is hypothermia for the baby.
You're just fine, okay?
So we had to get the baby warm as quick as possible. I had to run as fast as I could to the ambulance to suction out her mouth and her nose to make sure that there was nothing blocking her airway. I was completely scared that I would not get there fast enough.
I don't remember a lot of the ambulance ride. I just remember the baby was wrapped up. And I couldn't even look, like disbelief over the whole situation.
At the hospital, doctors rushed the baby away and worked to stabilize Christine.
Hi. Look who I've got here. Isn't she beautiful?
They said all the tests came back fine. She's 100% healthy.
She was full term, 7 pounds and 19.5 inches long. Usually you have 9 months to prepare yourself to have a baby and to just have it dropped in your lap.
I was 100% unprepared to be a father.
I was having a hard time with it.
I was basically going to plan on just doing my career, like in my 20s, and thought I took every precaution for this, and there was no signs. How did this happen to me?
It took a little bit of time to get the shock to wear off.
And I was just looked at them both, and I'm just like, my life just changed. And I have to step up, and now I'm a dad. I have to take care of someone, not just me anymore. She was more than an hour before my birthday. All I wanted for my birthday was a sweatshirt. But instead, I got a baby girl, too.
We decided that we needed to name her something that had to do with water because of the whole situation.
And we decided to name the baby Marina. She's been on a boat for 8-9 months already, and she's gonna be on a boat. Every time it's nice out, it's in her blood. She's gonna grow up just like Daddy grew up.
22-year-old Stacy has just unexpectedly given birth to a breech baby in a rest area. And the newborn isn't breathing.
It took me a good 15 seconds to get my mind wrapped around everything that was happening. That I had just given birth to a stillborn baby.
The husband comes tearing back out of the restroom, runs over to the phone.
Are they okay?
It's out. It's out.
Okay. It's on a towel right now. Is the baby crying or breathing? I don't know.
While he's talking on the phone, I walked back over to the bathroom and I poked my head in. There was no life signs. I just assumed the baby was probably dead. For about 10 years, I carried a CPR and a first aid card, and you know, the first thing you want to do is get a newborn breathing. Took it over and laid it by the sinks and then proceeded to try to clear its airway. It was pretty lifeless. I pushed on its chest just a little bit to kind of stimulate it.
There we go.
And it gave some kind of a half grunt, half cough, and that's the first sign that I seen that it was alive.
My heart leaped and instantly the pain disappeared. I didn't hurt anymore. I didn't care that I was bleeding. The baby was alive, and that's all that mattered to me. So I rushed to the sink and I looked down and it was a little boy. We arrived at the hospital and they immediately took the baby from me. He weighed 4 pounds, 2 ounces, and they figured that he was between 34 and 37 weeks. They had taken a chest x-ray and found a little bit of fluid on his lungs, and that they were going to start him on an antibiotic to clear it up.
So there are many risks associated with delivering a baby prematurely. The baby can have lots of problems with their lungs, with their eyes, with their brain, with their hearts. They can be more predisposed to infections.
I knew that One of the only reasons that he was hooked up to all of this stuff was because I didn't take care of myself while I was pregnant. If I'd have known, I would have taken all of the vitamins that I should have taken to ensure that he was healthy.
After waiting 7 long days, the doctor finally delivers some good news.
He says his breathing's strong and he's one of the healthiest babies that we have checked in right now. We're parents. We did it. I don't know how.
The doctors are assuming that I got pregnant sometime between the end of January and the beginning of February. Not once did I ever suspect I was pregnant.
Oh, that was the best day of our lives. Made my heart melt.
They named their son Andrew Sean.
I chose the name Sean to honor the truck driver that helped me and Chris deliver him.
While working her retail job at a mall, 20-year-old Yanel is overcome by excruciating pain and lays down in the stockroom to rest. Unable to get reception to call 911, her boyfriend Dennis runs to get help, while Yanel discovers a baby crowning between her legs, and she didn't know she was pregnant.
I'm just thinking, what's going on? What should I do? I don't know what to do. It was horrible. I was trying my hardest to push it back inside, but it hurt. That's when I stopped.
I am freaking out. I'm thinking that it's a life and death situation. So I ran out to try and call 911 again.
911 operator, 199, I'm in the mall. I need an ambulance. My girlfriend, I think she went into labor. She's having a miscarriage or something. Okay, how many months pregnant? We didn't know she was pregnant. She just collapsed right now. She said she's feeling something coming out. Okay.
After the phone call was placed, I went back to her.
I felt like I was dying, like I was being paralyzed. I was terrified.
When the security guards had rushed in, I started attacking Mil Maximum where the EMS was, yelling at the top of my lungs, "Where's the ambulance at?"
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Get him in now!
I called the dispatcher about 4 times.
The Mars called like 20 times and no one is giving me any answers.
Your unit has been assigned. They're making their way this way.
You don't have like an ETA or anything? Estimate?
Units, I don't know where they're coming from. Sir?
She hung up. Oh my God, when are they gonna get here and save me from dying?
It was pretty hectic because there were people who were trying to get stuff out their stockroom, on top of Yanil crying that she's in pain, on top of me yelling at everybody, "Where's the ambulance at?" So it was pretty hectic.
Finally, after 30 minutes, an ambulance arrives at the mall.
When the EMS arrived, he reached between her legs and he felt the head of the baby.
It's okay, stay calm.
I'm like, what is that? What is that? Just take it out. Just take it out. He was trying to cut my hands off, but I told him not to because it was so embarrassing. He's like, don't worry, you're having a baby, so it's okay.
When the EMT cut her underwear, I saw a full head.
Then he said, "Ma'am, you have to push now. Your baby's head is already out."
When the EMS told her that, I ran away because I couldn't process all that. Most people have 8 or 9 months to come to terms with that. I had about 19 seconds.
At the same time I'm pushing, I'm going crazy. I can't even breathe. And he just holds the baby like that, and I'm like, that's the baby right there that he's holding. And I'm telling him, like, are you sure that's my baby? The EMT said, oh, look at a pretty little boy with a lot of hair in his head. And I was thinking, a boy, really?
I'm gonna get the gurney, we're gonna be back.
Knowing the infant is in need of urgent care, the EMTs get Yanel and her newborn ready for immediate transport to the hospital. While the newborn is being evaluated, Yanel and Dennis discuss the future.
I'm gonna have to give him up. I wasn't ready. Adoption is the only thing we could do now. I believe that the nurse heard us talking, that she gave Dennis the baby, and he held it.
It was just as soon as they placed him in my hands, it was just like I couldn't give him up.
Then from there, he called his parents. I called my parents. My parents weren't having it. His parents started crying because they were so happy. So we got different reactions from both sides of the family.
News of the baby's arrival shocks Yanel's best friend, Vijo.
Unbelievable. Of course, I didn't believe her because I thought, you know, we play tricks on each other like that. So I figured it was just a joke. It was a baby boy, and I was really excited. Everybody started messaging me saying, "You had a baby, congratulations." I didn't know you were pregnant. I'm like, I didn't know I was either.